2024 College World Series start today, but I'm still living in 2007. While Tennessee and Texas A&M battle it out at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, I'll be throwing it back to Rosenblatt Stadium for a little NCAA MVP Baseball 07 on the PS2.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Patrick along with Kyle Peterson. Great to have you with us from historic Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha.
Every year, thousands of fans make the pilgrimage here to Omaha, Nebraska, the home of the College World Series.
So on behalf of EA Sports, the NCAA, and ESPN, welcome to MVP 07 NCAA Baseball.
All things considered, I really blame the Evansville baseball social media team for this. They did an amazing job incorporating the game in their social media during their NCAA tournament run. Shout out to the Purple Aces for a great season. MVP Baseball 05 was officially EA Sports' last bid at an MLB baseball game when 2K Sports signed an agreement to be the exclusive licensor of an MLB video game, leaving EA scrambling. If you've ever played MVP Baseball 05, you know it was one of the best baseball video games and sports games of all time. I feel confident in saying that. So simply put, this sucked. But EA didn't put their heads down after all. This is when they still gave a shit, and they churned out an elite product in NCAA MVP Baseball 06 and 07. The game built on the elite gameplay of the MVP Baseball series, and 07 provided some new upgrades. The game featured a rock and fire pitching system. This put you all up in the grill of your pitcher, giving a unique look and feel to the game. Personally, I like this a lot better than the traditional MVP Baseball look that we had gotten in the past. You also threw pitches with the analog stick, which again was new at the time and was something that took some getting used to, but ultimately I think I liked it better when it was all said and done. Another feature that was backed by popular demand from the 06 game was the load and fire batting, which was also primarily utilized through the analog stick. How you controlled your stick really dictated where the ball was going to go and how hard it would be hit, which you can see here that I sucked at. Not gonna lie, I was terrible at it. It's been a while since I've played the game, alright guys? I will say shout out to the Indiana State second baseman who absolutely blew and led me to basically scoring all 4 of my runs to get the dub in this exhibition game with Florida State against the Sycamores. Also, as someone who has been to Dick Howser Stadium in Tallahassee multiple times this year, knowing that it has undergone renovations since then, it looks pretty close to what I've seen in 2024, so that's cool. Or maybe it's time for FSU to upgrade. I don't know, but I will say that it looks pretty accurate. Oh yeah, this game also had some cool mini games like the feature you're seeing on screen now. You could go head-to-head in a home run derby against a computer or a friend, which was a really dope feature. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't able to do as well as I used to be able to do back in the day, and I really sucked it up in my attempt. I think the pitcher was trying out for the major leagues or something because, Jesus bro, like give me something to hit here, please. That's the whole point of this. There were a total of 6 mini games in the game altogether, although after my piss poor performance, I didn't want to check any of the others out. I can assure you they exist, however. The game had a deep customization system, much like other EA games at the time. This one had a stadium builder of sorts, and you could get really crazy with it. Not only could you change every portion of the outfield wall, you could also change the height. You could create a green monster in left or a green monster through the entire outfield. This was a pretty dope feature in addition to the custom schools. Dynasty mode was really sweet all in all. I haven't really been able to crack the code for recruiting, though I have seen some say on message boards in the past that it was too easy overall. I really like the fact that they had certain prospects who would straight up declare for the MLB and you weren't able to recruit them at all. Sometimes that threw a wrench in your season like it did with my Oregon State simulation. By the way, Beavers fans, I'm sorry for what I did here. 2 simulations both times, and each year I lost in the regional round, truly destroying the Oregon State program. Maybe worse than George Kliavkoff did. I probably butchered his name, but I don't care. He butchered the Pac-12 after all. You know who I'm talking about, Beavers fans. Anyways, yeah, it was rough. I haven't quite figured out how exactly to recruit well, so if you're watching this and have any tips, let me know. I love to stream a Dynasty moving forward once I get it all figured out. Another cool feature was the ability to offer partial scholarships. Yeah, that's right, I said partial scholarships. You could offer a 10th of a scholarship if you wanted to really get creative with things. Based on the math, you could give someone half or even a quarter of a scholarship and a 10th, like I said. Some players coming in only wanted that, but expected to be playing consistently by a certain time. If they weren't, they would definitely let you know about it, which I also thought was pretty cool, especially in today's age of college athletics and the transfer portal. A feature I really enjoyed was the challenges in Dynasty mode. I thought this added a lot of value to playing the games throughout the season. For this video, I simulated through 2 seasons, but one email I got had mentioned stealing 4 bases during a series to get a stadium upgrade. I thought, bet, I could do that in one game. I could steal 4 bases in one game, maybe in a couple innings or so. I know they also had challenges to be able to unlock certain bats, which in turn upgraded your team's attributes, which is also pretty cool. Also, depending on how you did with your team goals during the season, like getting a certain amount of wins as a pitcher or a team, or getting a certain number of career home runs, you would be able to hire from a certain pool of coaching candidates on the staff that also added to improving your team. I thought this was kind of rough as the Oregon State coach only having 50 overall coaches, but this would be a big upgrade on a smaller program as you built it up. And again, I also encourage you to play the games to help meet those goals. The game also had an in-depth Baseball America feature where you could look at stats, standings, and so forth. This isn't too crazy, but I thought it was cool and kind of similar to the Sports Illustrated feature of the old NCAA football games. Overall, this game was dope and way ahead of its time, in my opinion. It came out towards the end of the EA Sports Golden Age, which we're going to dive into later on coming up on this channel. And it showed because this game, all things considered, was a true gem. I know it probably wasn't the highest selling game in their history, but with the return of College Football 25, I and others would love to see news for a new college baseball game. Spiced Up Gaming is your source for all the best retro sports games, streams, highlights, and hot takes. We'll have plenty more coming right here, so make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel to help me out and get notified of future videos. Follow me on Kick at Spiced Up Gaming or Twitch at Spiced Up Gaming 1 to watch live, or subscribe here to YouTube for all the video breakdowns and in-depth content.